Pixies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be talking about the new NetEase and Portkey games and Warner Brothers games, of course. The new Harry Potter game for mobile that has not been released yet in the UK or Europe or the US or Canada or basically anywhere outside of China, I believe. But it is called Harry Potter Magic Awakened. I already have 2 videos up on my channel about that. If you want to go check them out, they should be up there in the cards. But I was just going to talk about what is this game, because I know a little bit about it. I was watching all the videos that have come up about it, and I followed along with some of the story mode videos on the official Harry Potter Magic Awakened channel. But I wanted to go through everything we actually know. So I got my iPad here with some information, and I'm going to elaborate on things that I have predictions about as well, or things that I've seen through gameplay videos and like beta videos. So that's what I'm going to do, because I think because of the language barrier with all the gameplay titles and like things in the game that are all in Chinese at the moment, it's going to be a language barrier, so we may not understand quite what the game is. So I'm excited for it. I do have some pros and cons that I can think of already, but of course I haven't played it, so I can't say anything too deep. But I just wanted to make another video about it because I think it seems like an interesting concept for sure. On the page it says Harry Potter Magic Awakened is a mobile game for iOS and Android, currently available in China and Taiwan. It combines role-playing game storytelling with combat, card-based combat. So it's like you get a deck of cards, and those cards kind of are spells that you throw at your opponents. And you can combine those cards to create new spell combinations and things like that. So it's RPG based, it has a full voice cast, even your main character will also have a voice actor, and there are a lot of cutscenes in this game, which is actually quite nice, and I prefer that to having to read walls of text in Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. That can be very tiring. And another thing that's limited with Hogwarts Mystery compared to Hogwarts Magic Awakened or Harry Potter Magic Awakened is that you're limited in voice acting to weird grunts and groans that just happen at some points over and over again with characters in Hogwarts Mystery, and it's so annoying after a while. Like, you'll be going on a date with Talbot. That's what my character is doing. She dates Talbot. If you know Talbot, then you know Talbot. But and then there's like and and huh and and it's like that's the voice acting, and it just goes on and on like that, and it's like really irritating. So it's going to be nice to have a full voice cast, although what I've heard of it, they don't have very convincing English accents at all. Really, they really don't have very convincing English accents, but that's okay. The story is set 10 years after the Battle of Hogwarts. Now, as far as I can remember, in the books the Battle of Hogwarts is in 1998, so this game is set in 2008, so it is set before Harry's children go to Hogwarts, as far as I can understand. I don't think they were even old enough to go to Hogwarts at that point, but Harry Potter will appear in the game, as well as some other characters which I'll get to in a little while. The game was developed by Warner Brothers and NetEase under the Portkey Games, which is the same people who make Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells and Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery and Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, or whatever it's called. I think it's called Hogwarts Legacy now. This game is not Hogwarts Legacy. I think we've established this now. And so it's already out in China. It came out on the 9th of September, official release for them, but it's been in beta for quite a long time. I know I've talked to the people who run the YouTube channel several times about it, and they've not had a solid date for the Europe and the rest of the world yet. but it will be released in the winter in Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan and South Korea. For America and Europe and Canada. And Canada, come on now. The date is to be announced, so yeah. I have a prediction that we might be getting it in winter as well, because, don't quote me on this, but I've had a brainwave. So Hogwarts Mystery, which was the first of these games, mobile games, that came out in April 2018. I remember it very well. So that was spring. We've had, I believe Wizards Unite came out in the summertime so that people could go outside and, you know, find beasts. So that came out in the summertime the next year, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it did, or it came out a few months after Hogwarts Mystery. I don't remember. I've been on this channel for so long and I don't even remember now. I can check though. And okay, so that's summer. So we've had spring, we've had summer. So I reckon if the game has come out in autumn in China, that the rest of the world will probably get it in winter this year. Or else maybe winter next year, so maybe January or February next year. So watch this space, and if I'm right, then you can give me house points for Ravenclaw. And if I'm wrong, you can throw a dung bomb at you can throw a dung bomb at me if I'm wrong, but I'd rather you didn't, so yeah. Okay, so let's move on from there. So let's look at the setting. Of course, it's set 10 years after Harry's legendary victory over Lord Voldemort, whoop whoop, at the Battle of Hogwarts. So we play as a young Muggleborn. We receive an unexpected visit from a giant of a man by the name of, you got it, Rubeus Hagrid, who has come to deliver the letter of acceptance to attend Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and explain to them about the existence of the wizarding world, and to escort them to Diagon Alley. You know the drill. Upon arriving, however, a mystery begins to unfold on the grounds when one of the first years, Ivy Warrington, goes mysteriously missing during the sorting ceremony, and the player has to help find her. So I got to that part in story mode very way back, so it's probably changed a lot since then. I do think it sounds very interesting. Ivy Warrington is a character you really want to know about. I don't know if they've still got any story mode videos up. They probably took them down because they realised they were giving too much information away. But I think the game itself, the story plot, will be interesting. And I think there's more to our character. I don't think they're just a Muggleborn personally. And I think there's a lot to the mystery of why Ivy went missing. So that's going to be really, really interesting. So that is the basic general plot. There's not much to go on there, but it's enough to ask questions. And we know that Harry Potter is basically a big old mystery story, so it makes sense that there's another mystery to solve. So the gameplay, like we said, is players will be able to customize their character. What I've seen of customization for characters, it's nice. It's very... The aesthetics of the game, the art style, I've said it in my other Magic Awakened videos, but the art style I adore. And apparently so does Tom Felton, because they interviewed him about him getting to play the game beforehand. And he said he loved the art style, and I really agree. He said it looks like European paintings, and it kind of does look like European paintings. It's beautiful. You get to go to lessons, and in those lessons it seems like you start to have daydreams of scenes from the actual Harry Potter books, because the teachers will talk about how, oh, in their first year, a boy named Ron Weasley used the Wingardium Leviosa against a troll. And so now we have a flashback, or it's not really a flashback, it's more of a daydream of us fighting the troll. And that's where you get the card-based combat. Now, the problem with that is that you get to use spells that no first year would know when you're doing these little flashback scenes. And it doesn't make sense that you're fighting a troll. I get why they're doing it. It's callbacks to the old books and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know about it. I'm not sure about doing that. I think they should make their own adventures, and I'm sure there will be things that they do in the game that are their own adventures, but I don't want to fight a troll because I've seen Ron do it and I don't need to see it. So yeah, there's like charms that don't even exist in canon. So if you're very strict on Harry Potter canon and the fact that these kids can run around using spells they definitely wouldn't know in first year, it's probably going to really annoy you. But if you just realise it's just a game and they have to do it for entertainment and entertainment reasons to make it enjoyable to play, then you'll probably be okay with it, but it is a little bit annoying. So as the player grows, they will learn new spells, make new friends, and use their knowledge of magic to design unique strategies and spell combinations in a card-based combat system, like I've been saying. And here is the list of characters that we know about so far. I do remember some of them from my watching the playthroughs and story mode. Some of them seem very interesting, very easy characters to get attached to, I think. So obviously there's the main character who you will name whatever you want to name them, and they can be whatever gender you want. There's also Kevin Farrell, Colby Frey, Fishig Frey. Oh, those are the twins. Okay, those are two Slytherin twins that hang around with this one girl whose name I don't remember. There's Daniel Page. I like Daniel, he's cool. Robin Thistlethwaite, another one I like. I think she's a Ravenclaw like me. Lottie Turner, Cassandra Vole, and Ivy Warrington. Those are the students that we know of. I think Cassandra is the girl that the twin boys go around with. She's basically the Draco Malfoy of the game. She even has the blonde hair and the cronies. And then of course Ivy is the girl who goes missing, Ivy Warrington. The staff is what I'm more interested in. We have Professor McGonagall, Flitwick. Professor Slughorn is potions teacher. Pomona Sprout. Brindlemore. I'm gonna say Brindlemore is probably the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Argus Filch, obviously caretaker of Hogwarts. Jacob Gorski. Is that related to Hogwarts Mystery? Like, our brother in the game is called Jacob in Hogwarts Mystery. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. He would be around the right age to be a teacher by this point. I mean, the first game, the Hogwarts Mystery is set from 1984 onwards, I think. So Jacob's sibling, which is your player character, would be old enough also to be a teacher. So I don't know who Jacob Gorski is or what they teach, but let's see if Trelawney... No, Trelawney's not there, so that means he could be a divination teacher. We have Rubeus Hagrid, still Rubeus Hagrid, who is obviously care of magical creatures. Rolanda Hooch, Madam Hooch is still around doing her thing. Albus Dumbledore in flashback, and Severus Snape in flashback, which, okay, fine. I don't know how. And then there are some other characters. There's Gossamer, and I think Gossamer is a portrait. I think he's one of the portraits. Sorting Hat, of course. Harry Potter, I did see that he turns up at the start of the game on platform 9 3/4 as an adult. Ronald Weasley, Hermione Granger, and Garrick Ollivander. That's all we know with characters so far. There's probably far more characters than that. So overall, I think the game's strengths will definitely be its visuals and its probably the voice acting. I mean, you'll get used to the weird accents probably. I think that's going to be a strength because not everyone wants to read through walls of text. It's going to be far more interactive than Hogwarts Mystery because you don't just tap and tap and tap and tap and tap. It's not like that. The cutscenes are beautiful. The cutscenes are so beautiful. The mystery could be intriguing, depending on how well you get to know the characters and get invested in the characters. And the cons, I mean, there are cons. I think Quidditch is in the game, by the way. I saw Quidditch in the game. So, and I saw the Yule Ball type thing, so there will be romances for sure. That's always nice. Everyone likes a romance. Well, not everyone. Not everyone likes a romance, of course. But for me, a con right now is just not knowing much about it. I don't think they've really advertised it enough to get people to understand what it is. I still don't quite understand what it is. It looks like it could become a little bit hokey and repetitive because of the card-based combat, and I don't like the callbacks to the books and films, as in like fighting a troll in your daydreams, or like, I don't know, there's just something about that maybe that's the only time they do it. But if it isn't, I'd rather they be a bit more original. There's so many things they could do. There's so many magical creatures they could use and stories they could tell in the Wizarding World, and I don't want it to be like as disappointing as Hogwarts Mystery was at the start. I like Hogwarts Mystery now, but at the start it was so boring. So boring. And I just don't want this one to fall into the same trap. But I have high hopes for it. It looks amazing, as in the visuals, stunning. And we'll see. When it comes out here in the UK, I will be sure to do a playthrough of as much of it as I can. But I'm sad I won't be able to do my own voice acting, you know. It's a shame. Anyway, I hope this video was at least somewhat helpful to find out what exactly this game is. And tell me what you think in the comments should be in this game, or if you've seen any footage from this game, let me know what you think of it in the comments, of course. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you all next time, Pixies. Goodbye.